When I was in high school, I remember vividly scrolling through YouTube and seeing a video that caught my eye. American Polyglot practices 20 languages. I was skeptical to say the least. I didn't think it was possible for anyone to be able to speak 20 languages. When I would think about somebody that spoke a lot of languages, I would picture an intellectual, almost professor type in his 50s or 60s that was able to speak maybe 3 or 4 languages. So when I clicked on the video, I was flabbergasted to see a teenager, not too much older than I was at the time, speaking 20 languages. The most amazing part was his fluency in many of them, some of which he had only been learning for a few months. I remember being absolutely blown away by the video's creator, Tim Donor, and his incredible ability on full display. If you haven't seen that video, I would highly recommend you take a look. The link's in the description, and you'll be able to see a young master in action. I had always been very interested in languages from a young age, as I saw it as a sort of code. Being the curious type, I'd always really wanted to crack that code. Like when I'm in line in the store and I hear somebody near me speaking a foreign language, I'm naturally curious just to know what they're saying. It was this curiosity and a desire for a challenge that led me to begin pursuing language learning. And it was through that pursuit that I realized that just about anybody can actually learn another language. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe for future content. 那我们开始吧. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Nothing in this world is worth having or worth doing unless it means effort, pain, difficulty." When you do a difficult task, like working out, completing a project, or learning a language, it can be deeply satisfying because of the endorphins released. These endorphins make us want to repeat the same task because our body perceives it as having a positive effect. Studying a language has the kind of rhythmic, melodic relaxation that keeps people, like myself, coming back for more. The feeling you get when you finally recognize words, and then phrases, and then whole sentences is absolutely intoxicating. Then the feeling of speaking a foreign language to somebody and watching their face light up is one that you just can't put into words. But I'll try anyway. It can be absolutely exhilarating to see their face light up. They realize that somebody put in time and effort to actually learning their language, and you can see it on their face. That incredible feeling stays with you long after the conversation is over. Learning language can give you better social skills, for the simple fact that you'll be able to communicate with and empathize with a greater number of people. Imagine learning a language like Mandarin Chinese. That will give you the ability to speak to over 1 billion people in their native language. Learning a foreign language is a lot more than just learning a lot of new vocabulary and then piecing it together with some grammar rules like some sort of glue holding the language together. It requires the learner to have a good sense of the culture as well as the personality of the people speaking it. There are many different rituals and customs around the world that will help you connect to whom you are learning their language. By learning these, in addition to becoming proficient in the language itself, you will achieve fluency. Many degenerative brain diseases, such as Alzheimer's disease and dementia, can be fought off at an early stage by keeping the mind active. In the same way the muscles atrophy when not properly used and exercised, the mind will atrophy when not properly stimulated. In fact, one of the most effective ways to stimulate your brain is to actually learn another language. Language learning works out many different parts of your brain. It's like doing a full body workout at the gym, hitting a lot of different parts of your brain's capacity. The frontal lobe is associated with reasoning and expressive language, both of which are used in speaking and communicating in another language. The temporal lobe is used in listening and remembering. This is one of the parts of the brain that has worked very hard in the learning process itself. The occipital lobe is associated with interpreting visual stimuli and information. When reading and writing in another language, the occipital lobe will light up with activity. Learning language with a different script, such as Arabic or Korean, will further exercise this brain region. When you learn another language, you greatly increase your brain's output. This is akin to working out your skeletal muscles in the gym. They will grow a greater capacity to do work and exert effort. The greater your mental capacity is, the faster you'll be able to think, communicate, and to be able to do both of those at a higher level. You will also see a greater increase in the vocabulary of your native language. This strengthens the expression of your thoughts and increases the level of conversations that you will have. In a world that is becoming even more interconnected through global trade, learning another language will add to your value. Here are some of the top business languages used around the world. English, with over 1 billion speakers. Mandarin Chinese, with over 1.1 billion speakers. Spanish, with 500 million speakers. German, with almost 225 million speakers. Arabic, with over 400 million speakers. Japanese, with over 125 million speakers. And French, with over 200 million speakers. These languages are some of the most pervasive throughout the world, especially in business. Learning another language will give you an average of 5 to 20% increase in your base pay rate. Being paid more, as well as being given more responsibility for larger tasks, are just a few of the benefits that learning a foreign language can afford you. I admit, this is one of the less important reasons to actually learn a foreign language. However, it can be a great motivator for somebody that has already found that special somebody to actually connect with them on a deeper level in their native language. Depending on your type, if, for example, your type are redheads, you may prefer to learn a language like Irish. If, however, you like tall blondes, you may want to learn a language like Swedish or Danish. No matter what your motivation is, learning another language will give you a larger sea of people that you can connect with, even if it's on the friend level. The widespread use of technology allows others to connect with each other almost anywhere in the world. I hope this piques your interest in learning another language. It can offer you many benefits and is also very satisfying. In a future video, I will go over some of the ways that some of the more advanced people actually go about learning languages to truly become fluent. Knowledge is useless without action. So take action and go learn a new language today. Our mission here at Better One Day at a Time is to give you the tools to improve your life and to do that in a balanced way. We focus on 4 key pillars of a balanced life. Pillar 1, finance, money, and business. Pillar 2, health, fitness, and nutrition. Pillar 3, social skills, relationships, and communication. Pillar 4, mental and emotional strength. Balancing these 4 pillars is the answer to a fulfilling and enjoyable life. We do this to improve your lives and to create a better tomorrow for everybody. Please share our channel with somebody to lend a helping hand. Also, subscribe for future content, as well as like and comment if you found it enjoyable. Don't forget to be better one day at a time, and I will see you all in the next video.